Right. And we just do the consent agenda item and then.
It's up to you. I'm still trying to read the minutes, so.
Oh, okay.
There's no one online.
Are you taking minutes here?
Yeah. Donna's online.
Oh.
Donna Griffiths. She's gonna do, she's gonna log off at 7 to do something and then she'll be back. So I'm gonna try to fill in the gaps with. There'll be some funky topics after. I had a pre-construction meeting for a project and the project engineer, she's like, oh, don't worry about it, I got this all doing minutes or whatever, doing the transcribing or whatever, so it'll all be recorded. Yeah, she never hit start. I missed the first 40 minutes of the meeting.
Yikes.
I'll give her a couple more minutes. Oh.
Really talked to him at the last meeting.
Done the action and. I can go to people. If the other next light abscess, they follow. They thought at first it was cancer or foresight stuff. Well, chance of that. They're going bad, it's and stuff in it or something. They thought it was either that or cancer. That's kind of, it wasn't that, if you don't proceed. Which.
And there she is.
Hi, of course, and Cardinal Alley.
Hi, Sheila.
Yes, I did. Not till I got here and I was the only one, well, I
Yeah.
was the only, I think I was always Selectboard member here. I
Oh,
was like,
here we go.
uh-oh, did I do something wrong? Whenever you're ready, Eric.
Yep, we're good.
Okay. All right, so it's 6:36. We'll get this regular select board meeting started. First, additions and deletions to the agenda.
You can remove the appointment for the locks committee unless you change your mind. Okay.
Yeah, well, that was my first question because I didn't see anybody here.
We reached out to a couple people. Maybe next time.
Okay, can we do items for other business? Dogs? That one? Or is that on the agenda?
Nope.
Oh,
It's taken care of.
sorry. Well, it's not taken care of, but, I guess an update on North Cambridge Cemetery, which I left on my kitchen counter. So that's handy. Not that anyone could notarize it tonight, because that was the whole reason I was gonna come here. But. I will update you on that. What did Peter, did you say something?
Well, I'm curious about anybody, expressing interest in your position.
We can talk about that under town meeting, town meeting items.
Okay.
So we're not adding that update to the agenda, the north.
No, I'll talk about it,
Okay,
but the paperwork that I have that I was gonna turn.
That's
in
okay,
tonight is
yeah.
Sitting in my counter at home.
Yep.
Um. And it's positive news for once. Exciting, if not.
That is, well, we need that.
All right, hearing nothing. We'll move into public comment. So this is time for any public comment for items that are not currently on the agenda. Do we have any public comment this evening? Hearing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Which includes the minutes from the January 6th regular meeting, our January 10th special meeting, warrants, and one liquor cannabis license. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Do I have a
Well,
second?
I have a question, but I can do it when you're ready.
So we got a second from Tila. Discussion.
So when we approve these, is the discussion over about all the things that we don't have resolution for
Like what? Minutes?
in the minutes? Yes.
Yeah. No, we could talk about the minutes. Because I noted it says, Donna, number 5, under class 4 road discontinuance. The second paragraph, it says the class 4 section of County Hill. That should be County Farm Road. And then
Okay, I got that.
you, and on the January, sorry, this is just my comments.
Yeah.
The January 10th meeting, do we want to actually list out the attendees there? Or,
We'll have to with
or
the third.
we
Probably
could. Or do you want to just, we could also just attach the sign-in sheet to the,
She already did. Yeah, whatever she's doing is.
I don't know, I was just kind of. I mean, it does, I guess the more important thing is how many people, which is the part I'd like to track. Is how many people attend the thing, so I guess that's on there.
About 27, I think.
Yeah, the minute says about 30 community members.
Thanks.
And then there were 7 of us.
So I don't know. I'm fine with leaving it the way it is, but I was. Like, talk about it.
I'm a little slow tonight. As far as number 5 there, if you wanted to add that onto the agenda, just a quick discussion, and we might be able to deal with that tonight.
There's talks with the landowner. Well, if we have another discussion, we'll include.
Okay.
We'll just let it go. I was gonna say, because I don't know if
Any hurry to do?
yeah.
No.
Angela, did you have a question on that?
Well, I did, and it's on page 4. And it's about halfway down the page.
From the January 6th meeting?
Our regular select
Yep.
board meeting, yes. And it says, Cody said the finance committee recommended a reduction of the request of the Will Economic Development Corporation. And there was a lot of discussion about that. And they asked for 25, and then the committee suggested 15. Is that right? Am I right?
They requested 2,500, finance committee recommended 15.
Okay, so I got those numbers right.
Yeah.
And then they sent us a very what I felt was kind of an alarming letter. And we didn't discuss it much, but we all acknowledged receipt of it. And then when it came up at the 10th, it came up again that they had requested, and Sam Lotto sort of stepped forward on their behalf and said, yeah, they do stuff for the town. And then there were 2 other comments about it at that meeting. I'm blanking on the one.
Ron Carter and Larry.
Larry and a woman spoke too and said, well, we could avoid, not avoid privacy, but support privacy and still get information. Like, you don't have to tell us who you do what for. And I feel pretty torn about that. I think the tone of the letter was rude. I didn't like it. Like, basically, if you don't give us this money, we're gonna have to ask for other people for it. I'm paraphrasing. And then I just feel like we just need to discuss it before we do it.
So is there anything wrong with the minutes as
No.
it's worded?
No.
So I guess I would bring that up under budget when we get to the budget.
Okay.
So we have finalized the budget.
Perfect.
Now.
All right.
Anybody else have anything for the minutes or the questions on the warrants or anything like that? All right, hearing no other discussion, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda with that one minor change to the minutes, signify by saying aye.
Hi.
Aye. So abstained. Motion carries. Back to Walter Valley. Okay, review, Angela, review and discuss special select board meeting. I don't know, I'll start, I guess, by saying I think it went pretty well. It wasn't really lost on me as I looked out of the crowd. There was a few people I didn't recognize, but I'd say most of the people that were there were fairly regulars at town meeting.
Yeah.
And I think speaking on kind of on behalf of the town meeting modernization committee, I think some of the thought was hosting this thing on Saturday morning was by having it on a different day and different, well, not really different time, but on a different day, on a weekend. It was trying to entice some more participation from the people that don't always go to town meeting or don't usually, to try to get more involvement from other groups and minds.
Better representation.
Yeah, I didn't receive any feedback other than positive feedback from the folks that were there. But, you know, nobody emailed me or called me to tell me anything else, so I don't know if anybody else received any direct or indirect feedback, but
I did not.
I got one that said they didn't know. No, they didn't see any advertisement for it.
Yeah.
I heard that a couple of times.
Did we just do it on our platform?
in the town
Oh.
Facebook page, and it was on their website.
You didn't do it in,
Oh.
you didn't do it in the
Kathy's.
transcript issue, the news and citizen issue, you did.
Forgot.
Not directly as an article, but Kathy asked Kathy to mention it in hers. I saw that Morrisville did take out a
Yeah.
blurb for theirs, but I didn't hear how much different people they have attend theirs, but.
I mean, last year when it happened, I think they was half a dozen people that I didn't recognize, young, new people, they've probably been around a while, but then there was probably half a dozen here this year too, that were different.
Well, there's definitely a few people I did recognize.
And,
but-
and I see they were really into it, checking things out and, and then some of the questions of the regulars that were asked and then the discussion really clarified stuff up. So even with the regulars there, I think that gets it out in the, the discussion ahead of time on certain things like that, to get people
Yeah.
to talk about it. So even though it wasn't a huge turnout, I still think it gets it out there from what I saw and gets a discussion started beforehand.
I think last year you had the community center issue that there were
Yeah.
a few people that showed
Oh,
up.
maybe more interest.
There wasn't anything controversial that was presented. So
Yeah, and I think that's definitely plays a part of it. I'm just looking what the attendance was at town meeting last year. There was, I had 190 people voted for the 3-year select board seat. Which is interesting because, community center was on the ballot.
Mhm.
Almost a lot of people left after Article 3, which I guess is part of it.
But they'd already made it, I think they'd already made it public that they.
Oh, that's true. I guess, yeah, I forgot about that too, yeah. I do think you would see that fluctuation in attendance at town meeting as well, depending on what. There was a big topic to discuss. But, yeah, for sure.
And that's fair, right? People are gonna turn out for what interests them,
Right.
what they,
really, their vote, their presence might actually make a difference.
Yes.
If it's not gonna change anything, then why bother?
I mean, it would be nice to have more to come on the Saturday to help entice them, but even seeing, to me, seeing 6 new faces that I've never seen before, it's still a positive thing.
I agree.
I think so too.
I did get followed up with some questions from the News and Citizen a couple days later. I didn't talk to them at the meeting. I answered his questions. There was a few things in the article that weren't entirely accurate. But one was the delinquent taxes. I think he misquoted me, or I don't think I misspoke, but maybe I did. That we were currently owed $500,000 in delinquent taxes, which was not true. It was at the day after the taxes were due, it was over 500,000. As of last week, it was 250,000. There was the town administrator increase line item that was not entirely accurate. Because it was, we'd split that line item among several buckets, and now we're just putting it back all the way it used to be, just in one line. And then there was a third one. I don't remember, I got it written down at home, but I was gonna send him a correction, I just haven't had time to do it yet, but.
That's the only question I got. Well, you guys gave Eric a heck of a grades. That's not what it is. I don't know. A couple phones out for myself.
Well,
People asking for
I was an advocate to changing that last year, knowing that it was gonna show up like that. I was convinced by the previous chair to not do that. So it was gonna happen eventually. I think it's cleaner and easier for everyone to just, that it's 2 separate buckets. I don't have an issue. It's one of the awkward things in any, state or municipal government is, that's public information and everyone can see it. So
In the,
when I get frustrated at work, I go on and look and see how much state employees make, and then I go about my business.
And then I
Just
feel
have to
better.
remind myself.
feel better.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody else does that. I do
Try that
it.
tomorrow.
good point. Yeah, I'm just in looking at the paper, the picture of the Morrisville pie for breakfast and so forth at their meeting. Looked like they had like 2 or 3 pies and nobody really, one person standing in front of the pies. Rotary does about 500 people. Pie for breakfast, the last, I just.
Yeah, but if you offer to talk about town budget,
When we cut
everyone
them.
would leave.
I haven't talked to Rotary about this yet, but
Don't.
it wouldn't, I'm just going, maybe another experiment is to move the pie for breakfast up a couple of weeks so it works for the budgeting. And we have that upstairs and the pie for breakfast downstairs. See if we get some people wandering up from downstairs. Like I say, 500 people go to that.
Any other thoughts or items on that Saturday meeting?
I thought the meeting was very productive and helpful. I was disappointed with the turnout. And if there's another year with no controversial articles, I'm not sure it's worth your time or the effort to do it if it's gonna just be a declining. I mean, it's a great gesture, but it's your time.
More, how many people were there?
27 to 30-ish.
I got 27 when I counted.
27.
There
Well,
were a
that's 20.
couple online, right?
When we're
2.
developing the budget, we get 0 here. Well, 1, but.
You guys are doing such a good job. People don't feel the need to come in and.
Well, that is true. There's a little bit of trust and they're listening. I mean, they're hoping that we're listening and.
Yeah, but there is.
Must be you're talking to not the same people out here.
There are others out there.
That are more
also
up in arms
the
for
2
them.
hours of discussion on Saturday, cuts down 2 hours of discussion on town meeting.
I think you're right.
Because some people, and it's not usually, sometimes it's not controversial, but sometimes people get long-winded or people repeat what the other person just said and drags it on, when they have this sentence. Sometimes it's just simple stuff, just get looking for information and that's what wears a town meeting.
Yeah.
It's also a good kind of a warm up for you guys for whatever you present at town meeting. I think town meeting presentation goes a little smoother having had that.
I, for one, felt, that although I was told that I used the word I and me too much, because I felt guilty about
Including us.
including you guys, that if somebody's gonna go down with the ship, it might as well just be the captain.
Yeah,
And you guys
yeah.
can float away to safety.
Save
You
yourself.
didn't need to do that. I mean, we were all in it.
No, I know, I hate, I don't like assuming, yeah, I don't, anyways, but it is tough to stare at all those numbers time and time again, think you're doing the right thing. And, you know, there aren't a lot of people banging down the door to come in here and offer feedback. Of course, they hear it from usually a very small group. And of course, the few comments that I hear, because I don't hear any positive, I just hear a couple of negatives. And it wears on me. Think you question whether you're doing the right thing, or whether you're doing a good job. So yes, like, would have liked to have there been more people, but honestly, it was the first time I've actually gotten feedback from residents of this town. Positive, critical, anything, something productive, just to let me know, or let us know anyways, that whether we're doing it, we're in the right ballpark, or if we're way off base, because that's the thing I lose sleep over at night, is whether this is right or not. So I don't know what the number of people showing up would be before I would be like, it's not worth it. I think it was honestly worth it for at least me anyways, to at least explain my thoughts. If you guys agreed with our thoughts here, then our thoughts. You know, it's just,
Yeah, I heard very positive comments on how it was all presented and such, that you did a very professional job and did a very good job of speaking over it, so.
you know how
That
to
makes,
tell
that
an
makes you feel
engineer, you know how to tell an engineer is an extrovert? He'll stare at your shoes when he's talking to you instead of his own.
better.
Because that's what I feel like.
That's a
Like,
good.
just by talking in front of people. But anyways, I don't despise it anymore, but
It's just hard.
fun.
It's hard work.
I think it was worth it. I did not attend the one last year, and I can respect what you're saying, Joel, but I think in my opinion, we'd have to have another couple, 3 years of seeing how it
I'm not
goes. And if it
suggesting that.
steadily did that, then
Yeah.
I could see that, but
I just,
especially having the controversy over last year versus now, then you need a couple, 3 more
Well,
years.
the big controversy was how much should we give LEDC?
I guarantee that if you have a local option tax
Yeah,
coming up for vote, you're
Yeah.
going to have a big turnout.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And that's what we would like, right?
Unless you do that as a separate standalone meeting, which you might want to
Consider.
Well, it was interesting to note that, totally, oops, kind of slightly different topic, that Elmore would decide to vote against expanding the select board to 5 members, which I thought was interesting.
yeah, right?
Great. By not a close margin, it was fairly wide,
Wow.
so. It was
They
interesting.
don't have 5 other people, 2 other people.
True.
I've seen how Underhill does it with 3, and I mean, they struggle to find candidates too, but it's like, it's hard to do this job with just 3 people. It just
Yeah.
really is.
Oh,
I thought Underhill bumped up to 5 last year.
I don't think so, but I could be wrong. But anyway, I digress. Moving on to town report. So I asked Eric to send a list, and I did not forward it to you guys. But, what we're missing. Basically now, all we're missing is the front page dedication. And
About.
It was Kathy Johnson. It
um,
was Kathy Johnson.
What is the front page picture? Or, can I say it out loud? The canvas say that.
Try not to.
Oh, okay, all right.
We'll have it tonight. I discuss it with you later.
There were recently appointed members of this dedication that just recently learned about it, so no fault of their own. But,
Are you with the person who's talking about?
yes, I did.
Okay.
Sorry, well then I just forwarded an email that I didn't need to.
So you're
No,
gonna,
he's already talked to me. I
you're
know.
gonna pick the picture?
Okay. Yeah, I should have it tonight.
Okay,
Um,
and then who are we dedicating it to?
that's another.
That's another Dan problem.
That's another,
Discuss that.
So is it this person I suggested? Or no?
oh, I don't remember who they was.
Who was it last year? Tim Kenny, all right. And Roland Ventura.
You know what I thought of? The other half. He did a lot for the town for a lot of years too,
Apparently he already did what there was or something.
maybe?
That's what somebody told me,
What's the big secret?
because we're trying to do a surprise for the person that.
Oh,
Did they watch this?
so it is the big
If they
secret.
don't, somebody will tell them.
Well,
Yeah.
Donna logged off.
Oh, there we go. There's no minutes.
Perfect.
Well, I thought of that later. I was like, has he ever done it before? And I was like, well, because I don't remember how many years he served, but it was quite a few years.
It was, yeah, back in the nineties.
Yeah,
But you know what? It's okay for her to stand alone,
I mean, I'm fine with it too.
Yeah.
right?
I'm sure he'd be real insulted. I'm kind of worried that I might get threats against my life because of this recommendation.
There are other people that feel the same way.
Really?
Yeah.
But,
We went in a small.
but somebody's working on
I
that, I
guess,
guess. Then,
That's solves that.
oh, okay, all right, perfect.
I got the vitals.
How does that get sent? Is it a PDF or is it an Excel sheet or?
They downloaded it this year off the portal on an Excel spreadsheet.
It is.
Yeah.
So looking at. I'm wondering. If we could squeeze this up and make it 2 pages. But. Well, I think we can cut at least one, but I guess it
Yeah.
depends on how many.
We don't have
Kids
as
were
many as we did last year.
Yeah.
It's shorter list.
Maybe right now.
I have 100,
Change from
I'm at 104 right now.
And we're trying to stay under 100.
We have the paper.
Okay.
So
So if there's only,
if
if there's a picture, can we put the dedication on the cover?
that's including condensing the dedication,
Okay,
including the vitals being shorter, that is assuming I can get the select board down to 2 pages.
I think you got it down.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I think it was when I saw it.
I'd really like to make the font a little larger on the budget because it's
Right.
just too tiny at the moment. That adds 2 pages.
Is we had highway department and auditors, I mean, the auditor's report is like 3 sentences.
If I can put the auditors with the listers, that, and if we want to forego the highway, that would save a page. The highway report,
Here's about that.
Well, I was honestly thinking, like, if we're gonna cut something, I was thinking these groups in the back here. And I was also trying to think of not, like, how to recognize these groups. And like what they do without taking up a bunch of space.
one idea I
Ah,
have is to
yeah.
come up,
Yeah, that is a great idea. You could just put them all in little boxes, their name
Well,
and
we
one
we do
blurb.
have the portal now, so we could, as an attachment, like in the portal under. In the document center, under town meeting. Or. Where you would put it, but you could make a folder that says 2026. Town report, outside organizations or something. That would get rid of like.
many pages.
Because some of them out of town ones have got seriously long in the last few years, haven't they?
I mean, we could,
That's, I reached out to 5 or 6 of them and said, look, we don't need a 3-page document. Can we make it one? And some of them did and others did not.
We need one paragraph document.
I mean, next year I would
Can I,
push to maybe just do a paragraph.
Can I condense it and then just say, hey, we're gonna do this?
can I ask the question? Do they,
anyway.
do they have to be in our town report?
I don't know if they have to, but they are, I think the idea is, why are we giving money to these organizations?
So what I was just thinking, and I know it's still a cost, but it's a whole lot less of a cost. Why couldn't we just take these and create a packet, staple together, hand out that day, and a link, like you say, on the website, not necessarily put it in the book?
So we're not mailing.
Well, we're not mailing them, but we could, well, you still have to print what they're gonna print.
You could just
Yeah,
need
that's,
20 of them rather than,
So I was thinking of something along that line, minus the printing thing. Because we still get a pile of recycled reports at the town meeting that people leave on their benches and seats.
Sure.
But a summary page, I mean, I have Bluebeam, which is a fantastic program. You can export a PDF and make it a Word file right out of Bluebeam. It's so awesome. But I was honestly thinking of like cropping all of the like
Their
their
logo,
logos and
their
stuff,
name,
their names,
and their
doing
mission
kind of like
statement.
a yearbook. You know,
That's my
like that.
vision too.
and then
Maybe
having
put
a list
9
of
on
the
a page or something and put their www dot, so if anybody wants more information, you can find it right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of different ways, but like something along those lines. And we could draw it like, hey, Cambridge Cares is or Cambridge Rotary, like those are in-town groups. Let's leave those in, but it's strictly, Central Vermont Adult Education and
Yeah.
I don't know, American Legion, I guess is kind of weird, but Red Cross, FiberNet, mental health, we could really consolidate it on. And then that way, I think it's more, to me, it's more important that the budget numbers are
Legible.
bigger. And
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
I think that's way more important.
Me too.
So let's get everything together and see what it looks like.
Honestly, for the first year, I wouldn't mind if it was simpler. And we can kind of play around with it later, but, because like, it's still gonna be a lot of work to like retype all those statements and stuff. Especially if they're just scanned images and are not true PDFs, that's really sucky, because then you'll be can't do that. But they don't look like any of these are scanned.
Some are, some are.
I think. Are we all in agreement to do something along that lines? Cut it at out of town, anything not in town, we'll do like a summary page. And we could decide later we'll put a link. Who generates that little or no, there wasn't a QR code, it was a hyperlink that's on the postcard, right?
The postcard, I just did a link, yeah.
Yeah,
I do know how to do the QR code thing now.
because that could be the other thing we put in here was to go up to that page or that, right, the document center or whatever.
I mean, the PDF that we submit online has nothing to do with town report, that can have 1,000 pages, that doesn't matter.
Right.
It's just our printing
Mhm.
is limited to,
Oh, that's true. I wasn't really even thinking about that, but yes, we could do that.
Yeah.
Have a separate PDF that's just that has all.
because last year I created a very nice PDF that was indexable and searchable and everything else, and then no fault of Repro, I'm not trying to say anything negative about them, but what they need to do to make it work on their end for printing deletes all that fancy stuff, so it makes it very basic.
And the only thing that wouldn't work is your page numbers.
Okay.
At that point, but you could do like page 70 and then A, B, C, D, E, F, 70A, 70B, 70C. Is all those groups or something, I don't know.
You're in set for your reports or whatever, but
But I think that's the way to do it.
To keep it under 100.
keep it under 100.
Yeah, I agree.
I think simpler is better, always.
The other feedback, I think I've already told you this. Line numbers on, even though they're code numbers. I had several people mention about that. George likes his summary in the back. It's good.
The summary is that,
Just like the big bucket summary. The totals.
oh,
Other than that, I think that's about it. The DRB was one of the groups that was cut off last year.
DRB has one this year.
And we'll have the lot, the lot group will have to be added. Yeah. It's very epic. If you have, I wouldn't know how to spell half these people's names, but if you want me to double check those lists or something, I can compare it to my notes if you want.
Well,
Yeah, if you wanna send that, I can go through what I have for lists, yeah. Like I said, you have to double check on that. I didn't write the law in here either. I'm sure it's in my book. Like back to the January 10th meeting, the one thing I was going to ask that I didn't was the delinquent tax question. Yeah.
I was just asking Angela if we made a decision on that. I know we had discussion, but,
Well, I was supposed to ask the crowd, it's only 7 people,
oh,
and I didn't.
Oh.
So my thought was for this year, either leave it the same and under Article 10 or 11, whatever it is, ask then
At town meeting
at
itself.
town meeting,
Okay.
unless it's 2:01, and then one of you can ask. I'm leaving at 2:00 regardless of what time town
Any-
meeting.
Oh, you have to leave, okay.
Be back on.
yeah, I'm not sure why my. What's possible.
mine, but looking at that. and so-
I think that was about it as far as the town report stuff. I'll say by.
April will have it for you tomorrow for planning commission, so that's at least one more page.
Oh, on that, Cody, just a point. Jill, we were talking about you not being able to see the screen behind you and a laptop in front of you or something. I did look back and I found in our notes, from our meeting after town meeting last year, that was discussed and Jeremy said he would set you up with a laptop to be able to see. So we did have some discussion when we just have to remind you of that for this year.
Excellent.
But it was gonna cover everything that you had for concerns last year, I thought.
Now my concern would be, is the side table or whatever is needed to support the laptop in a place where I can see it going to be available? Or can that be, should I be talking with Jeremy ahead of time when we set it up?
So last year, are we done with, I'm sorry, town report? Anything else needed?
I don't think so, so I
I will send me that list. I'll run through my notes to do a double check on names for committees and stuff.
Yep.
If I have questions, I may reach out.
and then when I send it out, hopefully, fingers crossed, everyone will have a few days to go through it.
When do we expect that to be? I'm sorry. You sending it out or them giving it back to us?
He's sending it to you.
Oh, okay,
for review.
gotcha.
I send it to repro and they're gonna do their thing simultaneously, but if the content doesn't change,
When does that happen roughly?
which part?
The sorry, you're sending it to us later this week.
Yep.
When are you sending it to repro?
Same time.
Gotcha.
But
We just have to check it.
you can change anything, it's not gonna cost any money.
Yeah.
And they just start their process.
Yeah,
And
So
then,
when do you think that they'll turn that back around-ish?
uh, usually about a week.
Okay.
So I believe the date was the 30th. And that's when I'm gonna throw in our last end of January numbers that we need for delinquent taxes and such, a statement of financial position. And then the final proof goes in on Monday, the 2nd. And then that's it.
And then they'll turn around that later that week.
Then they send me a printed proof that we can look at. You know, but we'll have the PDF proof. Before.
I have you cover pictures.
Um. You can ask, we'll move on to the next one. Guess that was on my thought. I need to finish my thoughts.
Rick used to talk to the Kelly about the lunch.
Yeah, I talked to Santa. Kelly's not gonna be here.
Okay.
It's that she's on vacation, but Santa's all set to take you with the kids. So,
Do we need to decide tonight what they're gonna eat or? What's
she come up with what her ideas were, was go to the, whatever you wanted to do, the two options that she said would be the easiest, because it's just her and all the kids. Would be go back to the original chicken and the biscuits, or she could go with the lasagna. With the lasagna option, she could, do a vegetarian lasagna.
Meat vegetarian.
That would be a draw.
What'd you say?
I said, yay.
Oh, I think booed him.
Spoke to Jerry about the audio visual stuff, so we're all set there. Um. Anything else? Yeah, but
Joel, do you have a podium up there?
Yes,
So you could put the laptop on?
sorry, that's what I was gonna say. So,
Wait a
in years
minute.
past, we've had a table on Joel's left for town clerk, town administrator, and his,
Treasure.
Jerry's not gonna, yeah.
Jerry, he's not gonna do that,
What's it called?
what's his role?
Parliamentary.
Parliamentarian.
And I don't think he did it last year.
you didn't last year.
Oh, okay, all right, I guess I'm getting my ears mixed up. Anyway,
I've got room.
but there's
to put
usually a
some
table
papers
on your
there,
left.
But I
and a
can't
table-
see anything that's,
Well, I guess I was thinking is you could put it, because really it's more of a visual tool. It's not, you're not typing
Right, no, I
anything, you're not
get-
doing anything. But I was thinking if it was just sitting there so that you could see the screen, just to verify what's up there.
even just a tall stool, bar stool.
Yeah.
That a laptop can sit on. It doesn't have to be anything.
But that's what I was thinking as far as having a spot center.
There's no, the podium doesn't have any place that
I
a
thought he might even have
laptop will
maybe
fit.
even a
Might not-
monitor
because I
that
have-
she would set on something big enough that you could see. And put it there either to the side or just to the front inside, just so that you have visual of what's on the screen.
Is the rolling,
Have to be to the side or
are
else.
the rolling carts downstairs for, that they put the garbage bags and everything, stainless steel ones? They're a little higher than this. Is that high enough for you?
I don't know.
I would
Probably
say
not
not.
quite high enough, and it's just kind of big and massive and lots of space.
Doesn't look great.
Well, we put a tablecloth over the top of it, and it's about that big. It's not-
What do you more historical study to it on?
Yeah,
Put it right next to that podium.
Well, yeah, we either way. There's a
We'll see
few
what Jeremy
options.
has to say. I'm sure he must have some.
He'll have an idea.
I did ask the question of, transportation needs from senior housing, and they are developing their list of people that would think that'd be helpful or not, and should get back to me.
I smell delicious coffee, that's all.
Say,
He was
I'm
gonna-
gonna say Brennan.
Okay, and then. I'm fine if you wanna pick a food now, just to be done with it. I'd love lasagna, but I also partial to most food types, so it doesn't bother me at all.
I figure it would be great to offer some vegetarian.
I'm fine with doing a veggie or lasagna with a veggie and meat option. Good with that.
Good. I'm
Joel
good.
seems to be happy with that.
Danny, if you will. Thoughts?
Sounds great. I'm
Great.
Gonna let her know.
There,
not gonna wear a white shirt.
Is the price gonna remain the same? Gonna go up with
So, well, so we pay for, I don't remember what the percentage is. They do have a quote. We pay for most of it or some of it or whatever it is. And then there's we ask for donations to try to cover, but we pay for a portion of it. I don't remember what it is, how that works in the past. I believe, does Jeremy include that on the food part in his budget or separate? It's separate. That invoice from Jeremy is separate from the invoice. Well, he's got a separate business, I guess, for that part, but I don't know if he coordinated.
did last year.
My guess is it'll
You
probably
keep
be,
trying to tie Jeremy in with the food people.
Wow.
I haven't seen a connection there yet anywhere.
I'll just make up my own, I'm living in my own little world.
Okay.
But it's okay, they know me here. I think it would be the same, I think it's suggested donation of whatever it was, I don't remember what it was, but whatever they want to put on there.
Yeah, I will double check with her on that, just when she come up with numbers, just to see what she has.
Yeah. The only other thing I could think of as far as town meeting goes,
Anything different done with the ballots last year? Make it work, oh, they were numbered from the year before. Gonna do that same system again,
I see no reason why not to.
it seems to work okay.
Yeah.
And there were, I think, only two, what is it, the grand jurors or people that count the ballots.
GOP.
Yeah, justice for the peace. Gonna have enough justices this year to get ballots and
I would assume so.
is there somebody that sort of recruits or tries to make sure?
Yeah, the head of elections does that.
They've been late the last 2 years. Usually I've seen in the past there where they have all 7 of them or 9 of them sitting there. In the last 2 years, they've been late on that turnout.
Yeah.
2 or 3 of us to do.
Oh, the other one is the tech ambassadors. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, what Jeremy does. Tech ambassadors. They do the microphones. He does do that. And he's lining those people up. Yeah, that'd be good. Yes.
Then we're gonna I'll have a mic and there'll be a mic for the select board. Is that?
It's usually, yeah,
Put it
couple
on
mics
last
on
year,
stage,
maybe the year before.
2 or 3 on the floor. Or at least, I think there was 2 on the floor, 1 up front, 1 in the middle, and then at least 2 roving side mics.
Who decides who's in the lobby?
The girl guys.
The Girl Scouts, and there's always been at least one other. About your child? on yours?
Not the school,
I
this,
think the school may, I don't remember having a part of that last year.
I don't.
I think they,
They just-
I think they work it out with the school.
They had a bake sale or something?
Yeah, yeah, but they're affiliated with the school.
PTO. And I was just wondering about the community center. I'd be interested in having a presence. So. it's really-
Yeah, I guess that's what I would say, but like. Doing some type of fundraising thing or?
Is that allowed?
Well, that's what I don't know, that's, I guess I was,
Then enough.
I would,
The expert on
yeah, I would
election
election,
law.
just to be sure.
If it was on the ballot, it probably wouldn't be allowed. If it's fundraising, it's, I'm not sure it's any different than the
Girl
Girl
Scouts.
Scouts.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
that's true.
But there's gotta be some controls, you know. Mary Kay. Whatever.
Well, I think, not profit, for profit, for nonprofit, I think is. Probably.
I'm non-profit.
Well, some days I feel like I'm running a nonprofit too. Anything else on town meetings planning? Anything else we're forgetting as far as?
How many meetings between now and town meeting? How many meetings do you guys have?
2 more. One of the, I was just looking at the last year before the meeting, I was looking at last 2 years. Select board agendas, these last few meetings. We'll probably have town meeting on the next 2 anyways. And certainly the town report on the next one. Unless it's done by now. But, we would, one of the other things that we want to try to generate between now and then, doesn't have to be done now, is a list of people that, like committee members that may want to speak that aren't not residents or not voters. Being that there's 3 items, potentially we're talking about we should talk about the warning. Yeah, we definitely talking about the warning. Oops, I forgot the. For that, we'll have a line added for that, but really talk about the budget first, I guess, but, sorry, squirrel. List of committee members that aren't residents or voters. There's 3, there's Learn, which is a not in town organization, so there could possibly be some representative there if they're gonna lobby. For that article that may not be the voter. The Jeff Farmers Market may have somebody who's not a voter.
Fletcher, I think.
Yes, so there's likely opportunity there to generate a list of people.
I've got the usual list.
John's,
Same.
yeah, John, for the rescue department, although I haven't specifically invited him to town meeting. Or I don't know if you have.
I did, yes.
He would be another one,
He doesn't live in town?
6 or Colchester, sure.
Oh, yeah, now that you're saying that, I remember him saying that.
Yeah. That's the only other like. Thing we haven't talked about, I guess, yeah, but. They can pick up.
Are you all set in terms of what you need to be, projecting the information? You don't require any special wiring,
Jeremy takes it, 7,000 foot HDMI cord. So whoever's gonna be presenting that PowerPoint, better have an HDMI port on their laptop. Oh, really? No.
I know, but I have a doc.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to do that? Do you want
I don't care who does it. I just
Somebody,
won't be able to talk and do that at the same time.
got it. Well,
I mean, I am somewhat multi-talented.
I got a doc. I'll make it work.
So with respect to the select board members whose terms are ending and if one or two are not reelected,
You're still be out there.
still on the board through the meeting at least, or through the end of that day, or
That's traditionally how it has been.
until the next select board meeting.
I
Yeah,
I think
the
so.
following day
Sure,
usually.
yeah.
Yeah, you're
Till such time they're sworn in.
sworn in the next day on Wednesday.
Well,
I was only
No.
kidding, we were not having a meeting that night.
On Wednesday?
No,
Tuesday.
Yeah, we're not, we don't normally have a Tuesday meeting. It's like, we move it to Wednesday, which way.
well, so we're not having a select board meeting the next night after
Correct.
town meeting.
Correct.
Not that two of you have to really work.
That's right.
I thought we did one. I
Yeah,
thought
we-
when I came on,
Cody Marsh will not be in this state the day after town meeting. You can have a meeting if you want, but I will not be here.
I said I had an agenda, but
He is sleeping. Got it.
I am getting on a plane at 5 o'clock.
That way you can have him and vote him back in as chairman.
Yeah, I've already been threatened with that one, by the way.
Well, I don't see any other options.
I don't know, this cup might be a pretty good option.
and then whether he comes back from his trip. or-
He's coming. Where are you going?
Vegas.
Oh,
Much needed.
Anything can happen.
Con
Are you
Expo.
coming
If I can afford it,
are you taking two kids with you?
absolutely not.
Good.
But I actually, one of those select board meetings, I have to figure something out with kids, because Christie won't be here for a week. Yeah, I mean, I may not come to that one either, but. Warning, that's what I was looking at. Warning. Okay, so Eric sent me different versions.
So you have changed the order of it, didn't you?
No, the listers added a one more line, which I did ask Jim about, and he was fine with.
I literally copied it from 2021.
No, and that's what he said. I missed an S and I had an of instead of a for, or two instead of an of or something.
For some reason, I thought Article 7 was up last year. I think it was one of the first things.
Before 8.
Before 8. It was like 2 minutes for 3. Is it not?
The town reports. Here are the reports of the town officers.
No, until I thought that off. Wait, which one are you on?
So this is what I have right now.
We were voting on earlier, no?
Well, so 2 years ago, that's the case. We went straight into voting for officers. Last year, I believe, based on the feedback from the modernization committee, that the dollars was the more important thing. And people wanted to vote on the budget first prior to elections. That's what I remembered.
So I just went through all the kind of reports in the last 6 years for that listers thing. And last year was definitely the shift where they changed.
But again, I think it was thought that the community center was gonna be part of the budget discussion.
Yep.
And that was the big ticket item, was the budget was the number one priority. And I have no issues moving it around however we want to. That's just how it was last year.
It was, back to that committee and stuff, it was in all of the meetings that I went to and stuff, it's one particular committee member that saying it wasn't necessarily the community center thing.
Right.
He just thought it was the, the dollar thing should be up first, that people would be interested to get the vote on.
And I could see it both ways. I could see it that,
I would.
elections.
And I would feel free to play it around, move it around, and that way you get an experiment.
Yeah.
And stuff on how things do work.
So right now, it's, the way I have it is Article 1, elect a moderator. Article 2 is the budget item with a bunch of X's, red X's in it. Article 3, pay select board members. Article 4, raise and appropriate 4,000 for the Jeff Farmers Market. Article 5, raise 2,000 for Learn. Article 6, and this is one I added, was raise and appropriate 5,000 for the Conservation Reserve Fund. That was the only change, other than some typos. Actually, I take that back, that's not the only change.
So that's the one Justin wanted added.
Yeah,
Okay.
7 was here, the technical, or the reports. Then it's all of the elected officials. Select board 3 years, select board 2 years, auditor 3 years, lister 3 years, first constable, collector delinquent taxes, library trustee for 5, library trustee for 3, trustee of public funds, 4 public funds for 3, and a cemetery commissioner for 5. And then the other new one, Article 9, shall the voters authorize an exemption from property taxes for the Green Mountain Erie number 3210 Fraternity of the Eagles property for a period of 5 years pursuant to PSA, blah, 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 blah. So that was done obviously 5 years ago. So it's has come up before.
It's just rotated through
Yeah.
again.
And then the last one is the date and time that taxes are due. So 11 articles, 11 being discussion of non-binding business.
So in your 2 weeks ago, you just had one library trustee, said library trustee for 5 years. Now you're doing library trustee for 5 years and for 3 years.
Yeah, somebody stepped down. Just couldn't fill their term. I don't know why they did it, but
How soon do you have to have the warning firmed up, or how soon will you have it firmed up?
well, I'm hoping like today, we're gonna finalize the budget. We're gonna put the dollars in the budget and it'll be done.
How soon will there be a printed, or, a copy that I can download, work from? In a couple weeks.
I can email you this one after tonight if you want.
Okay, yeah, that would be the,
Yeah.
like to get started.
Just, I guess I could be nice and share it, up on the screen too, but, does anybody have any?
Last year we split, like, so it wasn't just you talking full time. Do you want
Yeah.
to split the article though?
We can do that. I would definitely appreciate that. I mean, I'm not gonna be capable of speaking to any of the 3, well, I'll probably speak to one. The $3 items, those. The farmer's market really needs to have somebody there. I don't know who was involved with that, but.
And I've let them know,
Yeah.
and they're prepared to come.
Okay. Learn, I don't know if they're gonna be able to send somebody or not, explain what they do. But
That's fine.
is who,
Can you let me know if you get people that, the names of people that are going to be explaining, and try to arrange to have them be the ones that make.
well, I think we're fine. Whoever moves the article has the right to speak first. So like, just picking on Tila, if Tila moved the farmer's market article, she could, give the floor, pass the floor on to whoever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just would like the name of that person ahead of time.
Whoever makes the motion gets to speak first and has no control over what happens after they speak. But you can't pass the. Choose who's gonna speak next.
So she couldn't make the motion and introduce the representative of the farmer's market. She couldn't do that.
She could, but that wouldn't mean that representative.
I would be able to speak.
Were we talking about just who reads the article? That would be her.
Well,
Who moves the article?
so the whole thing is like, if I move the article for the budget discussion,
Yep,
then I could just stand up there and keep talking about the
Yes.
budget. After it's been moved and seconded,
yes.
I don't have to sit down and wait for somebody to step back up and explain it.
Right, but that's a very different situation than a select board member sort of introducing the article.
No, that's not, no, we're talking about moving, so we got the move article, hold on, I'm trying to share this, because I'm terrible at multitasking. Share. Screen.
You're not on the farmer's market committee, are you?
I'm not. But I
So,
can-
Article 4, Article 4, shall the town raise and appropriate $4,000 to the Jeff Farmers Market? So somebody has to move that article to get it on the floor and then
Someone
it's a second.
select board or
It's not
anybody.
Anybody, anybody.
So,
Anybody. But
somebody,
I usually
He would like the name of that
know
person.
who it is and
got it.
will choose that person. Of all the hands that go up, we'll choose that person.
Is that legal?
But that person might not be a registered voter in the town of Cambridge either, and they have no right to.
But
Make
if
that-
that's the case, then that's all the more reason to have them having been pre-approved
Right,
earlier
Yeah.
to speak.
but they're still not gonna be able to make a motion though.
But see, that's where I think that the details here about picking somebody else to make the motion, but if she made the motion, and if it's not a voter, she could introduce them to explain the motion.
I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but I'm
It's,
also not.
it's not a big deal. It just goes smoother. Things will,
So we'll wait till Eric finds out if somebody
Is or is not a voter.
is not a voter, and if they respond to you, if they're good to make the motion, you.
I know the farmer's market, they're both town residents.
Yeah, I think they'll
And,
speak up and they'll
And
make
they're
the
gonna
motion
speak.
and we can.
but there's gonna be a entourage, and I'm not sure who's gonna speak or which, there's 5 or 6 people that
Okay.
they're gonna be there. Olivia, I'm certain will at least say part of it. I don't know if Greg Johnson will say more. Not the Greg Johnson, Kathy's husband, but there's another Greg Johnson in town.
The young one.
The young Greg Johnson. He also is a large part of it, but I'm sure who will win if they know.
Yeah, we don't have to, we also don't have to decide that tonight either. This can be a February thing. I'm more concerned about filling in the red X's and the general, everything else, the order, the content. Like we're good with all of that stuff, I guess. Right. Does anybody have any thoughts or comments, any on the order or the content? The windows. And that's the Article 9. For the Eagles ball.
So with respect to putting Article 2, having Article 2 be the budget. If you decide that's the way you want to go because of what's been talked about in the past about there seeming to be sentiment among people that they're maybe more likely to come to town meeting if they can vote on the budget and then head on to the slopes or whatever it is
Mhm.
important to them. My suggestion would be, if you're going to do that, to try to prime the pump by having a series of posts in Front Porch Forum that talk about the upcoming town meeting. And that one of the reasons, and that the budget's gonna be the second article, right at the beginning, so people should plan to be there. And that they won't have to spend all day at town meeting in order to participate in the budget discussion. Something, give them some extra motivation, educate them a bit and give them some extra motivation to show up. But pretty much what's been done in the past and sort of harkening back a little bit to George Putnam's series of articles about town
Yeah.
as a way to educate,
I read about those.
motivate,
Yeah,
kind of. Shouldn't be part of your job, but it's.
well, there's one major difference there. I have another job.
Right.
He didn't.
And it doesn't-
No offense to.
It doesn't have to be you.
No, it does not have to be you.
No offense to retirees.
Do we want to do that? That would be the thing.
I am,
If we want to,
I am not gonna discourage anyone. from
I
doing
can just kind of rewrite what we've already wrote.
Yeah.
From previous years.
that.
But can this document here with the numbers filled in, can that be posted?
Oh, it will, it's
One-
literally the warning every time.
But
Yeah.
in the
It'll be
newspaper.
posted, well, it does go to the paper, right?
Paper
Yeah.
is posted on.
It's on the website and on the walls and the post offices.
Okay.
But there'll be that, you know, the hyperlink, when you go on the website, there'll be a link, town warning for town meeting. It'll be right there. It'll be this, well, it's not a one pager, two pager, so you can see it. But I believe what Joel and Teal are referring to is what George would go down through and explain, like, okay, Articles 1 is just to elect the moderator. Fairly simple, straightforward. Then Articles 2 through 6 are all budget related. And he would just discuss the budgets, how taxes work, how, you know, all that stuff is calculated. And then, you know, maybe the next day you'd have a different one about Articles 7 being just, you know, explaining boards, and then 8, how the elections work.
Right, I get all that. That's education. What I'm saying is just information. On Front Porch Forum, every third day, put it up again.
Yeah.
Is that a reasonable thing? I mean, if we want to increase people coming, we have to bombard them with I don't know how many people read Front Porch Forum, but it is where I get my information. I don't go on the town website. I don't go to Facebook. I don't. So I just was thinking that might motivate people.
Can you do hyperlinks on Front Porch Forum?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
No, and we have in the past, and they go on the Facebook page as well. And, I mean, yeah, all good stuff. Totally good with that.
Okay,
Know how much time I have.
to do it, yeah.
Find the polls, Shirley,
Okay.
at least weekly, not daily. Well,
Well, if you did it like on a Tuesday
I get 3, 4.
and you did it on a Friday, there's twice a week that people are getting the same information, identical. I'm a believer in repetition.
Were you gonna present? I saw you had brought a thumb drive. Are you gonna share the budget or,
I have one,
okay,
yeah. I wasn't sure what we were.
well, I brought it up just in case, well. Budget.
Anything's changed.
Have you seen or had any changes since Saturday? No. So, wherever it is, down there with Danny,
Mhm.
there is $5,800 for mowing for the Trails Committee.
Yep.
That is in this year.
Yep.
For last year. Do we need to make a change on that? I know you had mentioned it.
No.
It's accounted for. Oh, that's right. You said that there was some other funding that would balance that out.
The Greenway trails, that the 2 floods that washed it out. They had budgeted money, the Trails Committee budgeted money for the local match. FEMA ended up covering 100% of those damages. So that local match is no longer required. So the funds they raised to cover that local match, they can now keep and put into their regular operating budget. I went over the budget with Laird last week. And including the late invoice we got from Kings, and he's square. So he's happy with what he has for the year. We're working on mowing and trying to work with our local vendors. They're not to be, I'll say it before, I'm not getting a lot of response. And, you know, that's,
Are you just talking about other people to bid on the jobs?
I'm gonna push really hard to send mowing out to them. There's not just one mowing company around. If, you know, if I was hearing fantastic quality and there were no complaints, then I would probably be like, all right, but I'm not on the cemetery commission and I'm not on the trails committee, and when I'm hearing complaints and things, and then billing issues or whatnot, maybe it's time.
Kings was just the billing date in January.
I mean, it's an issue. I mean,
Right.
I got my plowing bill in like July, June, July, usually.
His name was Edwards. It was probably 2 or 3 years behind.
Right.
so Anyway,
What do you, if you just skip all the content and go to the bottom line, I just wanna make sure, see what you have versus what I have. Do you have, okay, can you plug in 5,000 under the other, the $0 other approved articles?
on there,
Yeah. Okay. 5,131,992.
And that's that mowing?
No, that's the Conservation Reserve Fund.
Oh,
That
that's
article.
Justin's money?
that's farmer's market, that's water there.
Did you put in the North Country Animal League?
Oh, I
request?
forgot about that email. That's a good point. Thank you.
It's only like $500 bill.
I meant to forward that to Tricia too.
She got it.
Oh, she did.
Thanks, folks.
Okay, good. enough.
Bye, Joel. I'll drop off those things to you.
Okay, thanks.
Which, I don't know what the right term is, which pound, the animal place, is not taking strays anymore? That cut us off a few years ago.
Yeah,
It's not, no, and cow.
it's not like that.
Okay.
It's,
Okay, oh, it's not that, that's really, it's not that.
With that email, it says North Country Animal League, what are they doing for the town that they're looking for the money?
Well, they didn't request anything last year. $500 through December 2025. They accepted one surrendered animal from Cambridge, and that cost them $769. And I got a feeling I know which one it was.
Whole town.
You even know the animal?
Three
You
guesses.
know the animal.
Guessing it was the one that was running loose in the town for like 6 months and.
Yeah,
It signed like-
100% was it.
Huh? Oh, it wasn't? Oh, okay.
another, well,
I don't know. It's, I feel like. I feel like being a little more harsh. Saying that it's a little late.
It's late and it's not really worth putting in an article for $500. And
If you want your money, you gotta request it.
I would say
Much,
that for
much
next
sooner.
year, yeah, they go through the proper process.
and I will say they requested late last year. And I told them the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh my
They
God.
had going through restructuring and new employees and whatnot, so I wasn't surprised this is late. Um,
Okay. So I have that same number, all those same numbers. Total tax, just verify the total expenditures and total revenue.
I'm just having a squirrel moment, just bear with me for a second.
Mhm. He's working.
Mine can't send it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm clearly not as intelligent as you might think I am. What is it that you're using here to share these Word files?
Just share it.
No, I'm like, Oh, okay, so it's in a share.
Yeah, so if you edit it, I mean, add it in the same document,
Oh, okay.
because otherwise.
Give me.
If you want.
Cause I downloaded it, cause I'm
I
like.
knew you did, then. Always says the difference.
Because
Well,
This is yours.
two,
Alright,
so does this link have the,
that link has the right paragraph that they're kind of,
the reason I was thinking is because that comment I made about the trails not having to be a local match, that means they owed us, the state owed us more to keep wrapped. I didn't put that in. So we have. 1,000.
what changed or did
That
Yeah,
will
also
bring us down.
So,
So, I have to think of that, so.
That's great.
yeah, good with that.
No. No, I haven't, I had that because, so Cody, the reason I was thinking that whole, local match for the trails is kind of a recent thing, and the state owes us ERAF money, so in the line 74 under 4474 grant funds, we have another 32,000 coming to us to cover that extra 5% match in the category Z. This is why I did that. They're trying that.
Oh, that's me. He had-
Want me slapping for you?
Yeah, he had back. I'll send it.
Are you guys back with us yet?
I'm half listening, I gotta just tell me what line item it is.
74.
44, which one, 44?
4474.
4474. Grant.
I had,
So I'll say it again.
I have 50,000
No, we don't.
under revenue or under expenses?
Under 4474,
Even
Line item 74.
revenue or expenses?
revenue.
I have 50,000.
Well, that's nice.
Why do you have
My
50,000?
my total budget is 377, 200. Scroll up, still here. 400, 250, 145, 40, 800, 45,000, 25,000, 15,750, 20,000.
There's a 50 right there, 71.
Maybe I'm repairs in mutual aid. Okay, so I had 20,000 there. Repairs in mutual aid, that'd be 50,000.
That's what he's got.
Huh?
Cause we didn't get paid last year, until this year.
Okay, so then 44, 74, 32,000. We're good.
Did you have zero there on yours?
No, it was 50,000.
Still
Oh, why
50.
it's all messed up.
Oh,
Okay, so now 4720.
Concerning it, you said your numbers on the bottom match.
Yeah.
And then 4762 is 35. Yeah, 4092. What's your total revenue, non-tax revenue budget? Yeah, so that must have been, it was the same number, it's just in a different bucket because it was. Yeah,
So your number right now is 5.12.
No, 511. What is, up just a hair? Total expenditures. That's where I'm missing it, total expenditures. I'm missing $1,500. Exactly, 1,500. What's your, just scroll up and read me the totals of each bucket.
502, 255.
No, or that's right, I mean,
Okay.
town appropriate,
723,800,
correct?
76,037.
Yeah,
32,324.
that's it, right there.
So LEDC, I put back to 2,500.
Well, there's
I
a-
have that. Angela wants to talk about it.
Yes, I do.
Let's see, 350, starting at the top, 350, 500, 2,000, 1,200, 710, 1,800, 1,000. 20,
3.
2362,
Mhm,
2,500, 1,000,
mhm,
11,517,
mhm.
3,000, 2,000.
Yep.
Oh, you have NCal. That's
Oh,
zero.
you put the 500 in.
What's a 500 there?
There's your 1,000. There's your
It's
1,500.
$1,500.
There it is.
It was to zero.
Okay, yeah, and then. 31,824.
Yep.
Okay,
74,550.
$74, 550.
92,500.
Yeah,
25,000.
yeah,
230,500.
yeah,
44,350.
yeah,
626,080.
yeah,
399,280.
yeah,
426,500.
yeah,
14,950.
yeah,
197,150.
yeah,
22,500.
yeah,
18,050.
yeah,
317,535.
yeah,
94,200.
uh-huh,
4,600.
yeah,
39,450.
uh-huh,
82,311.
Yeah.
218 even.
mhm,
104,750.
yeah,
77,400.
yeah. Maybe it was just off by $500.
Revenues 1,507,900.
Yeah, so total expenses of 4,643,572.32,
That's right.
5.11.
5.11.
And yours changed to 5.11.
So I took that 500 out.
Okay,
Angela,
yes,
what would you like to talk about?
I think it's ridiculous.
So, it happened a couple of years ago. We asked them, the trade-off was ask them to come to a select board meeting to.
And did
tell us
they?
about it. They did.
And they were convincing at that time.
Well, we agreed to restore, because that year we zeroed it. Well, it was the year before I got on. But
Somebody else.
zeroed. The
Yeah.
previous select board decided to zero it. It was approved at town meeting. And they immediately foul and came to a select board meeting.
Fair enough.
Why? And then we restored it. And it's been restored since 2019, 2020. The budget.
Which is all fine, right? That's all fine. But don't send us a sort of cloaked, threatening letter. If we don't do what you're asking, that's bullshit. You're asking, I'm sorry I said that, but we get to,
That worked.
First timer.
we get to decide as a group how to proceed with each line item. You don't get to tell us what we do. You get to ask. That's in a nutshell.
I will say, at least what I've been told by Pat. Is
Who?
that Pat Ripley, he's the director.
Of the organization?
Yeah,
Okay,
he's also at Cambridge also too. He feels strongly that some of the things that were said by certain individuals in the finance committee were inaccurate. And so I think, again, I'm kind of speculating, that's why he felt a strongly worded letter was necessary. So that's, yeah, I'm just speculating.
fair enough, right? You feel like you're being misrepresented. You're gonna respond. Doesn't give you a right to word a letter like that. You then say, could I get on the agenda to kind of give my side to the select board?
Yeah.
And you come in here a little bit humbly when you're asking for money and say, I don't feel like we were represented properly. Okay, well, listen, we're good listeners.
I don't have any strong feelings one way or the other. I will say that having them come in is worthwhile, regardless,
100%.
regardless.
Every person we meet on that side of the table is worthwhile. Whether we agree with them or not, it's worthwhile to meet everybody. So I would say we
It's
go,
also probably worth it too, because since 2019, I think their entire board has like rotated around. I don't even think Pat was on the board. in 2019. Or he's not on the board. Executive director, president, whatever his title is.
do you understand my point?
Yeah.
You do. It's just no way to treat people you're asking for money.
So are you suggesting that it's not the 2,500, that you want to put it back to 1,500?
Yes, that's what I'm suggesting.
I would vote the other way.
Fair enough. You vote your conscience and I'll vote mine.
Yeah, because I've worked with them and, they do a lot for this county and for this town. And, simple wording and how he's asking for it, especially if things were misrepresented. Supporting what they do, and we depend on them. Same thing with the Moyle County, um, um, Planning Commission. They do a whole lot of work for us. That little bit of money, yeah, it's good for their budget, but the main thing is that they've got, when they go to look for grants, they've got strong support from all the towns. And it
was brought up at that tenant meeting that there was an increase. The LCPC, it wasn't on that budget. I made that note. I just remembering it now. Check that.
I went through our paperwork today.
Okay.
It matches.
And maybe she just. Yeah, well, she might not be in the.
There's a schedule there where it keeps going up over the next few years, but.
So if you take out those three articles, it's 4.74% increase. The three, extras, I guess I'm calling
The town meeting articles.
the farmer's market, land and conservation.
It's probably something to really bring up during the budget conversation.
You know, the other sick and twisted thing I thought of,
But no,
I was gonna do what no politician has ever done, voluntarily offered to put our salary back down where it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You get a vote, you're quitting.
I mean, another 45-minute discussion.
Oh, God, yeah.
well,
I mean,
I would
it's-
vote for that.
It's
Well, what was,
$1,000.
what's that gonna lower? Quarter of.
I don't know, it's more, more of a symbolic gesture, really, gesture.
0.01,
Oh, one.
no, 0.01.
Oh, one.
okay, can we just do it just to pretend, Eric, and see what
Yeah, just-
happens?
What do you want to do? Go back down?
What are we going to?
4.71%, as opposed to 4.74%. It's, what these, on a $300,000 home. Where's my calculator? Two. Yeah, it's like less than $1 on a $300,000 home. think I got my titles wrong down.
And you do that symbolic drop of yours pay, then it goes back to your thing last week. By going all of them across the board at 10%.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if you did that, including ours.
I think that shows goodwill. I think it says we are paying attention and these prices are crazy.
So they're done.
So what are we going to?
This is, the Article 3 will say 2,500. Yeah. I don't know, Danny, Tila, Lidak.
Both sides, I can see both sides of this.
Yeah,
I'm good with it. I'm thinking to say it like Selectboard stipends are disappear.
oh, no, I'm sorry, Lidak, Lamar Economic Development.
Oh, no, I'm good either way. I do wish they came in this year, but I
I
heard Sam loud and clear.
think it's hard not to. But I tell them that.
I don't want to burn bridges, but,
Yeah.
I'm gonna advocate, Angela, to leave it in.
That's good,
And-
that's fine.
Let's hear what they have to say and explain themselves.
ask them to come in. I think that would be excellent.
Although
Invite
your
them back.
point is noted, I do hear you, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's staying at 20.
I would leave it at 25. So as of right this second, with just the first article in, that's 4.71% increase. Total expenditures with the adjustment, that one adjustment, is $3,148,172.32. Oh, gee, I thought we were up 1,000 again.
All right, we gotta take that stipend out, right, for the select board?
Well, I just want to make sure that number is the same, which the above numbers are still the same. So if I go over any last words on that. So Article 2, shall the voters authorize for the period from January 1st, 2026, Eric, you ready to read me numbers? Above the article, not including it. Total fund expenditures of
4,000,000.
Yeah.
643,000.
Yeah.
572. 32 cents.
Of which, which one you wanna do first, property tax or non-property tax?
Up to you, whatever.
Non-property tax,
Non-property is 1,507,000.
507,
Mhm.
900 even.
okay, property taxes,
3,135,672.32.
all right, so. There would be a motion and a second in order to. Prove the following numbers. A total fund expenditures of $4,643,572.32. Of which $3,135,672.32 shall be raised by property taxes. And $1,507,900 even by non-property tax revenue.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Yeah, I can,
So, motion and second, discussion. Well, just to be clear, that is the proposed budget with no articles. So that does not include select board pay, farmers market, learn, or the conservation reserve. Those would all add to those numbers in any combination.
Just here, the Princess Square. No, that's mine.
Donna G, I see you were still on. Did you hear those numbers? I guess Eric, you'll have the numbers anyways, but
Yeah, we'll touch base tomorrow.
okay.
Yeah, I heard them and I'm gonna be watching the recording of this anyway for the part I missed. So anything I'm not sure about, I can get from there.
Perfect, thank you. Any other discussion on the dollar amount and finalizing the warning? I guess really the motion is finalizing the warning with that dollar amount, with the budget now. Sorry, friendly amendment, everyone understands.
Yeah.
Finalizing the warning with those budget amounts.
I think I get it.
And the town report.
I could also share this screen. again,
But-
too.
This is a related question, but it's a little odd. Do you remember last year? Well, we looked at every single employee's salary and made adjustments to that salary
Yeah.
for 2025.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do that again in March?
Yes,
And are we gonna have money in this budget to do that?
we have 3% across the board to do something with.
How you figure that?
That's what we added in
you-
there.
You put that in, okay.
Whether that's
Enough.
how we straight across the
Sure,
board
sure,
do
no,
it,
that's different,
or somebody gets.
But there
full,
is a-
Some gets two,
two,
there's
yeah.
some balance there.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yes.
okay. Sorry, I don't know why that was just like,
No.
I don't know where that money.
It's been argued before that probably needs to be reversed, and there's some truth to that. Where I see the downside of reversing that is if you feel like somebody deserves a certain raise and the budget gets voted down, you could have potentially overcommitted yourself in the wrong direction, which is somewhat what happened in Morristown, where they agreed to, it's like raises over certain periods of time, and then they have like 2 or 3 budgets get voted down in a row. And there was a lot of pressure that money couldn't be touched. It had to cuts had to come from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so, although it does seem a little arbitrary that risk there's risk either way.
Okay.
I'm sure there's pros and cons to think about. It is tough to fit that process in this time of year when we're doing all this other stuff too. Honestly, February would be the time to do it right before town meeting, because it's usually the lull of items. But
Like, you mean our workload decreases?
yeah, usually everything, the warning's done, the report's done, especially the second meeting in February. Yeah, you got 2 people leaving, so they could care less, they're checked out.
I have
Yes,
another question.
yes,
So we're all being reappraised, all of our properties being reappraised. Donna said last week or 2 weeks ago, that should be done in the spring, 1st of April. The appraisals will be done. Do you think these numbers are gonna change dramatically when those numbers come in?
well,
By July.
those numbers won't change. It's how the grand list is what's changing.
Yes,
And that's how the division of those numbers gets spread is based on the grand list,
yes,
but those numbers won't change.
yes, because they've been voted
The
by the
amount
vote.
to raise by property taxes will stay the same regardless.
So there could be a surplus next December based on this reappraisal. Because
Could be, yes, but it could also go the other way too. What's going to change is, and I'll share this, is this calculator at the bottom, which is really, really small, so sorry. How much you pay, your assessed value and how much you pay. This is likely what's gonna change. Because depending on the value of your property, how that is reassessed in the reappraisals, that will, how much of that $3 million you personally have to pay in will change, like up or down. Or stay relatively the same.
When do the tax bills get figured?
As of, is it April 1st is the cutoff, or April 15th? In April.
Okay, so that actually what she's asking won't change because this will be figured on the old numbers. The new numbers won't be in yet.
Likely, yeah. Likely, I won't say that that's for sure, because I don't know exactly.
that's okay.
timing, but-
Yeah, and that's not really what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, we did a lot of cuts Eric took it bare bones with some things that he stated he was not comfortable going that low with. But we needed him to do it and he did it. And I'm thinking, you know, like, there may be money in December. Next December,
Potentially, I think there's a lot to,
if people pay their bill. And who knows the state of affairs of the world, 6 months, 9 months from now.
That's the next meeting.
gotcha, okay, awesome, thanks, Dale.
Bye, Tila. Stay in touch. Don't disappear.
No, she said she's gonna jump on when she gets home.
No, I just meant
Yeah.
her personal.
Any other questions on the warning discussion?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, hearing no other discussion, I'll show that, she was here, but sorry, all those in favor of approving the warning with the budget numbers as we just stated, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained. And Donna, Tila was not physically present for that vote, but just so you know. The motion carries. So, I will save this and I'm going to I'll email to all of you. So you have it. I need to stop sharing, so I get my screen back. And how dare you take a call?
Hello, this is Dan. Select board meeting. Okay.
All right, I think that's it. Okay, that it should all. I didn't put my disclaimer, do not reply, just FYI only. I forgot.
That's
All
okay.
right, you have the, so it's in your inbox there. Oh, I sent it to select board, did you get it right? Yeah. Okay, so it's there. I need to figure out where the hell I am. Mileage certificate.
Yes.
I guess one more for the two of you left. Anything else on town meeting or reports, budgets?
I am getting Joel a grid. So he can have it. It'll be laminated, hopefully, of jobs that you can and cannot have crossover. For example, last year he told me I could no longer be a cemetery commissioner and a selectman. That is incorrect. And if he had that little grid in front of him at that
Yeah.
time, he would have just simply said, select board.
It's really, the list is fairly, and I found out later, the list is fairly short. It's like, a select board member cannot be a lister,
Or
and they cannot be
treasurer.
the clerk / treasurer. And I think that's about, I think that's about the only ones.
Yeah, anyways.
And the way Jim explained it, was like, it's not a great idea that one person holds
Too many
multiple
positions,
roles.
yes, yes.
It looks bad, so,
Anyways, he
That's
asked for it and I'm gonna find it and give it to him.
yeah, there is, I have looked that up, it's somewhere online.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too.
Mileage certificates.
So we have to send this into the state so they can send us back the TA 60, which calculates how much money we get paid for our class. You'll hear how this. So this just states our mileages. And it has to be signed by the select board chair, town clerk's office. I think that's it.
Any questions? The numbers haven't changed except once in the past long time, because we discontinued being the county farm road years ago. So, okay, so there'd be a motion to authorize the select, is it just the select board or chair?
Just you.
Alright, motion to authorize the chair to sign the mileage, V-Trans mileage certificate. Is
So moved.
there a second?
Yes.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Oh, it says all of them. Signatures of select men, so sorry, Angela, you can't sign it.
So funny.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, abstained, motion carries.
Since you're abstaining,
I did not abstain. Gender neutral, color neutral.
I apologize.
I do nothing.
Other business. Good news. Actually, I didn't figure this out. Somebody else spoke about it, little birdies. So the North Cambridge Cemetery Association became a town entity officially 6 years ago-ish. 7 years ago-ish. Six.
North Cambridge?
Yep,
Been longer than that.
well, officially, I said.
Oh, okay.
Close.
Jeffersonville came into town about 6
Yeah.
years ago.
Well, during that time, it was figured that the proper transaction never occurred. So George and Mark Schilling worked with Jim Barlow to draft some documents, and luckily, there was still a living trustee member that, and they signed it over. So there's a paper record recorded now that all the assets came over officially.
It's done, didn't you?
So somebody, and I don't remember if it was Mark or George or whoever, we can go back to Eric, but figured out that there is unclaimed revenue or unclaimed, what do they call it, the Vermont unclaimed, property sitting in Montpelier somewhere for the North Cambridge Cemetery Association. It's very general. You go on the website, it's like, less than 100, more than 100, like, there's a ton of line items on there. So did some research, asked Jim Barlow, he's like, yep, he's like, file a request, see what they say, like, they might be easy, might be hard. Talked to a very wonderful person at that department. Give the state plenty of crap. That department.
Yeah, they
got
do,
their stuff together.
they do like to give that money back.
Walked through it, filled the application out. She emailed it to me. I think I've got everything. I asked Donna to do some research. Just like some more approvals, but, long story short, it's like $9,000. That was just been sitting there for, almost 30 years.
Awesome.
And, I haven't filled it out. I haven't sent it in yet for final approval, but, yeah, I take it that not too many people get $9,000 out of that. So there's a chance, there's
That's right.
on wood, but, I think there's a chance that we could pull in another 9,000 of anticipated revenues.
Would that go into the cemetery fund or the
I'd
general?
probably advocate that it goes to the cemetery asset account.
Especially since we're gonna stop giving them money, so.
I had heard years ago that had been funds that had been kind of in that cemetery.
So the other thing that she told me was that they still are collecting dividends from AT&T. It's like $16 a year. But she said part of that program services is they will contact that entity, replace the now defunct North Cambridge Cemetery with the town of Cambridge. So those assets will come to us.
Keep coming.
I have no idea what the value of those things are, but there'd be more to come on that, so. I gotta count my chickens still.
Good work. And who told you to look for that money?
Well, Mark Schilling reminded me.
Okay,
Well, reminded myself, because it was right after April Tuck and Jen and Justin did the presentation about the public funds.
Yep.
Mark must have read the minutes and said, hey, did you guys ever finish this? Because we dropped it because it was COVID hit and it just never got picked back up. And, yeah, so,
nice work.
but anyway, so I think I got all the paperwork. I just gotta have it notarized and I can submit it. Yeah, that's what I had there. That was it for that.
Out of curiosity, who was the living trustee?
That was a budget,
Wendell?
Wendell
Was
budget.
it Wendell? So I thought because he was
Yeah.
the last one.
I think he was literally, the way Jim made it sound like he may have been in hospice or,
Oh, he's been in hospice for a long time.
yeah, it was, I don't know when I didn't look up when he actually passed, but like 2 years. Oh, so. Yeah. But yeah, he signed it in November 2019. So,
That cemetery was three.
And a
families.
nice legacy to,
Chase's, Kimball's and Mudgeons were always the trustees for that cemetery.
Okay, so agendas for next time.
She said to put the lots appointment on there again,
Yeah, okay.
TA 60.
Uh, Oh, sorry, the TA 60, that one.
The other half of what's
Yeah.
coming after that.
I looked back at last year's minutes and I quickly threw a bunch of different minutes. Agendas, I couldn't find where the tax anticipation note was. I was thinking it was right around this time, but I may have missed it. I was looking quick.
Well, that'll be next time. Okay, we get approval for that this afternoon, but
What is that the sixth,
they're,
third?
February
Next
3rd.
guess? Next guess. Okay, so that bought. The other thing that we did in February last year was we already approved the 24 audit like a month ago, I believe. I saw some invoices that were this year. We had engaging them for the 25 audit.
I haven't got the,
But is he working on that?
yeah. I'm looking
So
for
that was, I think it was either I don't remember, it was in February. I don't remember if it was the first or second meeting.
Generally speaking, he sends it out like the first week of February. This one will be different because it's a single audit,
Yeah, understood.
so it may be.
We'll have a final town report review potentially.
Yeah, we'll have to, this is,
Yeah.
for a final approval.
And then I don't know, we'll probably just have a line item for town meeting planning, just. I think it's probably just safe to have it in everyone for now. Tila dropped me a note, that's all I had. Tila dropped me a note about scheduling. Discussing subdivision regulations and scheduling, basically scheduling a public hearing for that. Not discussing the regulations, discussing a public hearing, scheduling. I think they have their two planning commission. Oh, hi Tila.
Sorry, hi, I'm here. I was just gonna jump in and just, I don't know what the process is. I believe we put it on the agenda and actually talk about it before we schedule the hearing, right?
I gotta look back at that document that April sent. I honestly don't remember. There was a list. I'll make a note to look that up. I would rather not, well, I don't know. Pros and cons of discussing at a select board meeting. Whether we have a separate specific meeting only for that. Like if do a 6 o'clock, do that first. Close it out, move into our regular meeting.
Yeah, that's what we did for the first.
The communication thing, what was that called? Telecommunications,
Yep,
addition to the town plan
yep,
amendment or whatever.
right.
That's all I had for on my list. I didn't see what you had on the other yours. Oh, that's it. And then 2 meetings from now, Katie Hill. And final town meeting prep. And maybe audit. Yeah. So, per VSA 1 VSA 313A3. Regarding employment evaluation of a public officer or employee. There'd be a motion in order to move into executive session. I messed that all up. To discuss evaluation of a public officer or employee.
So moved.
Is there a second? with, sorry, I know I always mess this up too, with the town administrator
Present.
at present.
Yeah. That's the only thing other people do.
Yeah, I see that. There's a motion, second. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you, Donna.
Aye.
Have a good night, Rick.
Bye, Rick.
Yeah. And you have the recording. Oh, I see the red light.
Yeah. That's right.